Kitty.
I beg pardon, sir, but would you mind?
Yes, very much. Go away.
Yes, sir, but...
Can't you see I'm busy with the most important affair? Get out.
Yes, sir.
Now, where was I? My dear Kitty. What are you doing, Brassett?
I merely wish to say, sir, that I've laid out a few things which...
Busy, confound you, get out!
which I thought you wouldn't care to...
All right, take them, keep them, take every blessed rag I've got. Only go away. My dear Kitty.
Beg pardon, sir?
I wasn't addressing you. Go away. My dear Kitty.
I say.
If you don't oh, it's only you, Charley. What is it?
Oh, nothing, Jack. I don't want to interrupt you if you're busy.
Oh, no, it's only that fool Brassett.
Oh, what's she doing?
Only bagging all my clothes and worrying me like old Harry. Don't mind me today. I'm nervous and naggy and nonplussed.
And so am I, Jack.
Why?
I've been trying to write a letter as well.
A letter? To whom?
To Miss Spettigue.
And, how far have you gone?
Oh, well, I began awfully well, but I didn't want to seem too distant. I didn't want to feel too...
Too familiar?
Yes. So I just began with, my dear Amy, and then words failed me and I come to you for advice. You always know what to say and do.
Oh, do I?
So prescribe for me, old chap. What am I to say?
It's a good idea. I'll prescribe for him, take the medicine myself. Well, let's see. You're going to Amy Spettigue, and you want to see her at once.
Yes, you see, they're off to Scotland tomorrow.
Yes, I know. But when and where better awaits, do I diagnose the case accurately?
To the T, old chap.
All right. Well then, you want to start with something to this effect. My dear Kitty.
Kitty? No, not Kitty. Amy.
What am I thinking of? My dear Amy. Forgive me for addressing you so, but I love you so dearly. Underline.
Rather strong, Jack.
Shut up. I must write and tell you so earnestly. Also underline.
Oh, I say. You see, there's one obstacle to me putting it quite as simply as that, as much as I'd like to.
And what's that?
Well, I've an aunt.
Why, Charley, most of us have. What's of her?
You see, I'm to meet her today for the first time.
Well, if you're going to bring an aunt to the business, we may as well wait till they all come back from Scotland.
Why?
You know what Auntie is when she steps in.
No, that's just it. I've never met her. I've never even seen her.
And she's supposed to come today.
Yes. She went away before I was born. Became a sort of secretary to a very old Brazilian chap named Dom Pedro de Alvadores. Now by merest accident in the world, I've found this.
Madam, or rather Dona Lucia de Alvadores, the Brazilian millionaire who has taken Lord Toppleby's magnificent mansion of Belgravia, is an Englishwoman of genial disposition and a financial genius. Indeed, it was her capacity in this direction that earned the gratitude of her late husband and led to a romantic deathbed marriage. I don't see anything in that.
Go on, Jack. Read the next.
Her only relation is a nephew at Oxford. Lucky nephew.
That's me.
By George, Charley, it's a startler. And she's coming today.
Yes, I've met all the trains up to now. I wish she'd come some other day.
She'll be here in time for the next.
Yes, it's a ball, though. I want to write that letter to Amy.
Why can't you?
It's a very difficult letter to write. Fearfully complicated.
Why?
Well, you see, I've no people or anything.
No people. But they're not like that.
Yes, but I've no reason to expect anything from her, more than she's already done for me. Which, of course, I'm very grateful and all, but I want to put it to Amy that if we all get together, then we can be very happy together. But
so, we should invite the girls today.
invite the girls? What do you mean, girls?
To meet your aunt.
Who are you going to invite?
Why, I was going to invite Miss Verdon.
Oh, really, Jack?
Yes. I'm madly in love with her. More than anything I ever took up, even cricket.
That's grand, Jack. Now, what's your idea?
Well, hang letter writing. We'll have a luncheon party for your aunt, tea afterwards in the garden.
In the garden?
Yes, I'll get leave. Brassett!
But my rooms are so small.
Never mind, I'll lend you mine. Let's invite the girls. Write the letter. My dear Miss Spettigue, would you do me the honor to lunch with me and Mr. Chesney?
Mr. Chesney?
I'll address the envelope.
I'll address...
No, not that, you muff. Today, at St. Old's College, at 1 o'clock. Brassett, where are you? To meet my aunt. What'd you say your name was, Charley?
Donna Lucia de Alvadores.
Donna, alright, stick it down. Brassett, where? Oh, Brassett. Send for a messenger at once.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Jack, I got that.
What'd you say your name was?
Donna Lucia de Alvadores.
Alright, stick it down.
Sincerely, Charles Wycombe. P.S. A bearer by... What would I say?
An answer by bearer will greatly oblige.
An answer by bearer will greatly oblige.
Very nice. This sort of thing is not to be settled by correspondence, so hide all those. Now, where's the messenger?
That help of yours is no good.
The messenger, sir.
Give him this and tell him to look sharp.
Yes, sir.
And tell him it's very immediate.
And very important.
Yes, sir.
It's a glorious opportunity. They're all down. They're off to Scotland.
Yes, and we're off down.
Yes. Now, while you're showing your aunt the chapel in the cloisters, I can have my little talk with Kitty.
Yes, Jack, that's all very well, but what about me and Amy and our little talk?
I never thought of that.
She's all very well as an excuse for the girls to come here, but by itself, my aunt will be an awful bore.
A terrible nuisance.
What shall we do?
Can't we find someone to entertain her?
But whom?
What's about Brassett? She's a pompous sort of lady, and as awful as a corkscrew. Can't we turn her into an au pair or something for the day?
Yes, Jack, but what
No,
about...
we should want her to lay table.
Oh, yes, we shall.
It's Freddie Peel.
Oh, he's such a cynical old chap.
We neglect your aunt.
Yes, I want to make love to our girls.
I got it! Babs, Fanny Babs. He's a jolly cheerful old chap.
That's a grand idea. Why didn't we think of that before?
We'll send for him. Brassett, go to our Fancourt Babby's rooms and give him my compliments.
Yes, sir.
He's such a jolly cheerful fellow. He'll keep your aunt in a rather good humor and will amuse her like the deuce.
Speaking of Bab's cheerfulness, haven't you noticed he's been a little bit down lately?
Yes, I've noticed he's been jolly hard up.
A few hints he's dropped. I say he's a little bit hard hit himself.
What? Bab's in love.
Yes, and if I'm not much mistaken, I say he's as soft-hearted of a girl as...
We are. All the better. He'll see the necessity then of keeping your aunt well out of the way. And while Bab's doing gooseberry with her aunt, we can have our talk with the girls.
Splendid, Jack. You know, you'll be Prime Minister one of these days.
I hope so. Be nice.
His lordship's compliments, sir, and he says he can't come. He has a luncheon party, and could you lend him a few bottles of champagne?
Lend him a few bottles of champagne.
Who's he got coming over?
Oh, Freddie Peel and a lot of idiots like himself, I expect. They've been having comic songs all the afternoon.
Yes, it'll sound awfully bad, won't it?
He mustn't. Lay for 5. Lay for 6.
For how many, sir?
For 6.
For 6, sir?
Yes.
I'm afraid our credit in the kitchen is somewhat exhausting.
Oh, is it? Have you off a tick, Charley?
Well, Jack, I'm afraid my guardian's rather,
Oh, is he? Alright. Get down and go to Bunter's.
I'm afraid, sir, we owe Bunters.
Oh, do we? You don't mind then, Charlie. It'll be alright when my check comes.
Okay then.
Give them this and see what you can get for that.
Oh dear. I'm afraid, sir, this is no good. I couldn't get anything on that, sir. However, I'm sure it'll be all right at Bunters if I say it's for me.
Alright then. That's alright, isn't it, Charlie?
I say, Jack, that's my watch.
Oh, my mistake, old chap. Long pay, go where you like. Only lunch for 6 at 1 o'clock.
Rather short notice, sir.
This helps.
What wine, sir?
Champagne.
Very little left, sir.
Half a dozen bottles.
No, sir, I think not. Only 4.
Oh, quite enough.
6, I'll swear.
No, sir, only 4. And I think, yes, 1 of claret.
Oh, hey, that claret. It's been open a month. She sneaked those other 2 bottles. She's a corker.
Don't we have to go to Babs now?
Yes. Since he won't come, we must go to him. Let's go, Charlie. Put that champagne in ice basket and tidy up my rooms.
Yes, sir. 1 o'clock. Put room in order first. Always the way. Hurry, scurry, no time for anything. They come with a bang. They go with a bang. Everything with a bang except pay their bills with a bang. Well, I did think that little perquisite was safe. Upon my word, I did.
Jack? I say, Jack, old man, where the dickens are you? I want to borrow some fizz, but seeing as you are not here, I think I'll just find it myself. Oh, hi, George. The very thing. Serves him right. Shouldn't leave it about in this ostentatious way. I'm so jolly hard up. Oh, won't they be jolly waxy? That's a bottle apiece. And they must make out with whiskey and soda.
Hello, Babs. We were just out looking for you.
You were?
Yes.
Come here, Babs.
Say, how do you think I'm looking?
Splendid.
Huh, thought you'd be pleased with me. Well, to talk.
No.
Yes, come back here.
I called for you last night, but you were out.
Oh, yes. You know Freddie Peel, don't you?
Yes.
He's an awful idiot. Hasn't powerful brains. But I'm all right. He had a card party last night. I won £100 from him. Should have seen the look on his face. Makes me laugh now.
Why, Freddie Peel hasn't 6 pence.
Did he pay you?
No, but he's going to when his grandmother dies.
The old lady's been dead years.
No. Really? That's beastly. He's had an awful lot out of me. He's an awful idiot. Has impossible brains. But I'm all right. Well, I'm off.
No. Would you care to lunch with us today?
I have to meet my tutor.
Well, Charlie's dad's coming to pay him a visit.
I know Charlie visits his uncle when he's hard up. It's about time she repaid the visit.
Well, see, that's just what we want. A jolly good fellow with a fund of humor and a lot of brilliant conversation to amuse a charming old lady.
Charming old lady. Who?
Why, Charlie's aunt.
Charlie's aunt. I said, what's she like?
Well, that's just it, Babs. We're to meet you today for the first time.
Charlie, But she turns out to be an awful old crock.
Well, she's a widow and a millionaire. That's enough, isn't it?
Rather. Put me down for a chance, Charlie. I'll take a chance.
We didn't care that Spettigue Peel, did we, Charlie?
No.
No.
No, he's an awful idiot. Hasn't a particle of brains. But I'm all right. I say, what's her name?
Donna Lucia de Alvidores.
Oh, Jeremy, what a name! I said, when's she coming?
Well, she's supposed to be on an early train, and we're going to have luncheon with her. That's why we wanted you.
And we have 2 other nice ladies coming.
2, you said? I see. 1 for each of you and the old crock for me. No thanks. I'm off.
No, we should want you to stay and lunch with us today.
I say, don't play the giddy goat with me. I've something important to do.
What is it?
I have to meet my tutor.
For what?
Study.
He'll be plowed again.
Right. You mustn't work like this, looking quite pulled down.
Am I really?
I was telling Jack so just now.
Do you think I shall die?
No, not you. You mustn't.
But I must do something.
Yes, you must stay and lunch with us today.
Well, I've had an awful lot of Johnnies in the army. In the army and the navy and things. But I must do something.
Well, I bet those Johnnies never killed themselves to study. You'll be a great man of one sort or another without all that.
Yes. So,
Are you going to come?
but I've something extremely important to do.
You know, Babs, you don't understand our feelings a bit.
Why? Why don't I?
What are you doing that's so important?
I'm playing in some amateur theatricals.
Right, you'll be plowed again. What are you playing?
A lady. An old lady. And I've never acted before in my life.
That's his tutor, eh, Charlie?
Oh,
Our emotions are quite high-strung now. You must stay. You must help us out.
yes. I say, have you noticed how cooled down I've been lately?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. But I think I'm in love too.
What? Why do you say that?
Well, I've been wanting to be alone lately and to hear the birds sing. And I've been growing quite fond of poetry. I couldn't sleep, so I took to drink for a few days, but I left it off. It made me ill for a week.
Well, you got all the symptoms. Sit down and tell us about it.
You remember the last time I was plowed?
Yes, beastly shame.
Oh, no, not the last time. The term before. I was awfully ill, and I took the yacht round to the Mediterranean. And there, at Monte Carlo, I met a poor English officer named Delahaye. Delahaye? Yes, Delahaye. Quite penniless and dying. You know, Jack, he tried to commit suicide.
Bad luck at the tables, eh?
Rather, he begged himself and his only little girl. Sweetest little girl you ever saw, Jack. And to keep him amused and keep her spirits up, I used to play cards with him.
And what became of him?
He died, poor fellow.
And what became of her? The sweetest little girl you ever saw.
I lost sight of her. An old lady traveling home from South America. Picked her up and took charge of her and brought her back to England. You know, Jack, I tried to tell her that,
You loved her.
but she was in such grief that it all just...
Oozed out of your fingertips and the points of your hair.
But I should have been rejected. Oh, I might have been rejected. Should have looked like a silly ass.
Well, at any rate, you can sympathize with us.
Yes, I suppose.
What is it?
The messenger, sir.
Messenger?
What do you say?
Messenger.
For the girls. Thank you, Bassett. You must stay.
But I say, look here.
Where are your things?
They're in a box on my bed, but
Brassett, fetch Lord Fangor Badley's things at once.
no, I'll fetch them with my little bag.
No, you won't.
You fucker. Ah! Ow! Jack, you son of a... Ow! Hey. What you...
Babs, you'll sympathize with us one bit.
Oh, don't I though? I only wish I could see my own little girl.
Why?
Why else? I'd like to talk to her.
Have a drink, Babs.
Nope, I've knocked it off.
Just a small one.
No, I'm teetotal.
Alright then, here you go, Charley.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. You call this a drink?
Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll drink her health, wherever she is. What'd you say her name was, Babs?
Haven't the slightest idea.
Get on. For the future, Lady Fancourt Baddeley, Miss Delahaye.
Not gonna finish that?
Your things, my lord.
Thank you, Bassett. You know, Jack. I said, you gotta have a crown.
No. Charley, you have a crown.
No, I'm afraid I have.
Brassett, do you have a crown? Babs,
Yes.
here you are.
Thanks. I said, Bassett. Here you are.
Well, now, it won't take long, will it, to try new things?
No, only a minute or two. I've lost an awful lot of time over these theatricals. But next term, I mean to work.
Oh, yes. Here it is. Here's the name.
Oh, so it is. Mr. Chesney. I wonder if they're in.
They're here!
But my aunt hasn't come.
Well, what are we to do?
I don't...
We'll let them in. We can explain. Show them in, Brassett. Let's get out. So kind of you to come.
Oh, we were very pleased to be able to come, weren't we, Amy?
Oh, yes. Mr. Wycombe, are we too early?
Oh, no.
Yes, you didn't mention any time, Mr. Chesney.
Oh, no, not at all.
And this is where you think and study and do all your work and everything?
Oh, yes. We do a lot of that sort of thing here.
You've jolly quarters here.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so glad you're able to come here today. You're off to Scotland tomorrow and I shall miss you so much.
Yes. Uncle always takes us to some dreadfully dull place at this time of year, where we never see a soul, and it's so dreary.
Why does he?
I don't know.
It's a shame.
Why? Are you sorry we're going?
Sorry. Why, it's put me and Jack into a perfect fever. That's why we're so anxious for you to come here today.
Well, it's lucky Uncle is away in town, or I don't think we could have come.
Why?
I don't know, but he always raises such odd objections. And then, you know, he is so peculiar about Kitty.
Why?
She's an heiress, you know, and he's so godly.
Kitty, have you forgotten that dance the other evening? I never shall.
No.
No. Out there in the moonlight. Moonlight is the true atmosphere for sentiment.
I wonder how many people have said that.
Kitty, I know when you like you can be an awful plague, but today you're quite cynical.
I know I am. I'm thinking of that man.
Of what man?
Of my guardian, Mr. Spettigue, who rushes us off from all our best friends directly we get to know anyone really well for fear of...
For fear of what?
I don't know.
Why does he?
Because he's a wicked, selfish old man.
Are you really so sorry to go away?
No, I'm angry. But don't speak of it anymore, or as Amy says, I shall cry.
What's a dear, sweet old lady your aunt must be, Mr. Wickham? I'm longing to know her. Where is she?
Jack, where's my aunt? What? Oh, she's hardly arrived yet.
Oh no, Kitty! Mr. Wickham's aunt hasn't come yet.
Hasn't come? Oh, then we must run and do some shopping. Come back later. Shan't be long. Goodbye.
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 See that? Off like a shot when they found out your aunt wasn't here.
Yes, makes an awful lot of difference, doesn't it?
Well, you head to the station, bundle the old girl there, and get her in a fly.
The old girl? What do you mean?
Your aunt.
By and by, Jack, you'll be... I feel much happy since they've come, don't you?
Yes, now, just go on.
Say, Jack, have you got any hairpins?
No,
Oh, may I send you help for some?
certainly.
Brassett, you know the half-crown I gave you just now? Do you mind making it 2 shillings, say, and giving me 6 penny worth of hairpins?
Certainly, my lord.
You can keep the change.
You
Those girls.
Yes. What the deuce made you jump out like that?
I didn't know they were here.
Look out. Here comes someone. Go on. Come in.
Jack,
Dad,
my dear boy,
where have you come from?
from town, my lad, to have a chat with you and to bring you your cheque.
Thanks, Dad. I haven't seen half enough of you. Where have you been?
Well, I'm a bit overbaked after all my years in India.
'Cause you're a brick. A bit crisp, Dad, but a humbug pictorially.
And how do you make that out?
How old are you?
What would you say to
50?
51?
Why, how do you do it?
Don't know.
Do you drink?
All I want.
Eat well?
Never noticed.
There we are. Health good, temper perfect. You and I are going to get along great, Dad.
Here's your cheque to go on with.
Thank you.
I see that your hospitality...
I've been done over that wine monstrously, Dad.
Have you? Never mind, so was I. Done over everything monstrously at college, but settle up, settle up. I'm very satisfied with you, Jack. It's something to be proud of coming down from college with a record like yours. I say, my boy, where the deuce did you get these cigars?
Nose, Dad. Careful, Dad.
My apologies.
They weren't cheap.
And that would count for the bills. Well now, Jack, we must begin to think.
Think?
Yes. Now that I've come into the family title, as you know, I've also, which you don't know, come into the family debts and difficulties.
Debts?
Which are far more than I expected. To the point that all the money I've been saving for you in India has gone to pay them. I'm afraid that for the next few years, you and I are going to be, comparatively speaking, poor men.
Poor men? Well, this tells me old Spettigue.
However, I'm in hopes of a small appointment for you in Bengal.
Bangle? What a terrible place. What is it?
His lordship's hairpin, sir.
Confound his hairpins. That'll be an odd one. I must make him go away if Babs should stay. Stay? Why not? Dad! Couldn't this matter be settled by a wealthy marriage?
No, that's the sort of thing I rather deprecate. No, Jack, I don't think...
Well, you see, my chum, that is, Charley Wycomb's aunt, is coming to pay him a visit. She's a widow and a millionaire.
And a millionaire. No, Jack, I don't think this is the sort of thing you should do merely for the sake of money.
Not for me, Dad, for you.
Me? You young rascal. No, I shall never marry again.
Where do you think, Dad?
At the hotel.
Well, go back, put on your nicest clothes, and Dad, put a flower in your buttonhole.
Jack! Jack!
Ah,
Who is it?
Dad, Charley Wycombe.
Good to know you, my boy, good to know you.
Her nephew. Nice boy, you'll like him.
I thought it was the fire brigade. Least not.
Well, Dad, think it's over. See her first.
All right, Jack. I'll have a look at her.
And Dad, don't forget, put a flower in your buttonhole. Takes years off a man, a flower in his buttonhole. What is it?
Read this!
Important message. Don't expect me for a few days. Lucia de Alvadores, no!
She's not coming!
Go, wire, telegraph.
There's no use, there's no time!
But she must. What are we to do?
Couldn't we ask the proctor's wife? Oh, Mrs.
Sit and stare like an owl.
They're coming, they're here!
What are we to do?
Jack, I say, come and have a look at me.
What is it? Good gracious. Charley, do you know what pious fraud is?
Pious fraud?
First cousin to a miracle. Have a look. What is it? Babs, your aunt.
Babs, my aunt?
I say, how does this look?
Splendid, Babs.
Who's that?
The girls.
I'll go and take these things
Go.
off.
You must stay. They
What?
won't stop if you don't.
Oh, stop, what do you mean?
You must stay and be Charley's aunt.
Me? Charlie's, huh? No.
Yes.
No.
Too late.
Oh.
Throw them in, that's it. So good to see you back.
Yes, we've been longer than we intended, but Amy wanted to stop and buy some flowers for Charlie's aunt. Has she come?
Yes, has she? I hope she's come.
Oh yes, she's come. Miss Vernon, Miss Spettigue, Donna Lucia de Alvadores, Charley's aunt.
How do you do, my dears?
We called upon you before, Donna Lucia, but you hadn't arrived.
And we brought you these.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
I hope your journey from town hasn't tired you.
Oh no, it was very jolly. Pleasant, I mean. What the dickens am I to do with these things?
Stick them in your dress.
You look worried, Mr. Wycombe. Are you ill?
Oh, no, I'm anxious,
Charley's a bit overwhelmed at meeting his count for the first time today. Why don't you say something?
dickens am I to say?
Talk about the weather.
Charming weather.
Oh yes, delightful.
Well, college gents will do anything.
May I arrange those for you, Donna Lucia?
Thank you.
After all, you know, we do have some nice weather sometimes in poor old England.
What does she mean by that?
You're a foreigner.
Foreigner? What did you say my name was?
Donna Lucia de Alvidores.
What am I? Irish?
Now you're English. You married a Portuguese abroad.
You're a widow.
From Brazil.
And a millionaire.
A millionaire? Well, that's all right. Now I can go on. Yes, it is charming weather.
Yes.
It is.
Very nice weather.
Of course, Oxford is all very new to you, Donna Lucia, but you'll find that it's a dear old place in any weather. Amy and I will show you all around.
I shall be delighted.
You're staying till tomorrow, are you not?
Am I staying till tomorrow?
No.
No.
Oh.
Oh, but you will. You mustn't she, Kitty?
I'm afraid Auntie has much business to attend to
Yes.
in town.
Yes, it's my washing day.
Yes, lawyers and stocks.
Yes, stocks and socks. Things are all important.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We've so longed to know you.
Oh, have you, my dear?
Mr. White has told us so much about you that he's made us quite love you.
Oh, has he, my dear?
And he's so grateful. He says he owes everything to you and never could repay you. And, oh, he's such a good, upright man. It was so noble of you.
Oh, yes, my dear.
It was so good of you to find out. You were so far away in a foreign land, and you might have been left to starve or fall into cool hands. But you have a good, kind, affectionate nature.
Oh, do I, my dear?
Anyone can see it in your face.
No.
I feel I can tell my whole heart.
Don't let her.
I'm not going to let the dear little thing.
You don't mind my talking to you like this, do you?
Oh, no. You're a charming little girl, who I'm sure I could grow quite fond of sometime. You must tell me all you like, when you know me better. How's that?
Oh, I feel I've known you for years and years already.
They're jealous. I'm very sorry. It was very nice.
Mr. Chesney, Mr. Chesney.
Yes.
I beg pardon, sir, but I heard Mrs. Spettigue inquiring at the gates for your room, sir.
Mrs.
Mrs.
Spettigue.
My uncle, back!
Uh,
Mr. Chesney, I beg of you to send him away.
you take care of her uncle. Follow me, ladies.
Charley, what am I to do? What am I to say?
So whatever you like, man. Just get rid of him.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh, Charley, put me. You, little devil bugger.
Oh, the bum. Oh, the bum.
Now you stay there.
Wrong door. They went just the other way. Oh.
Why doesn't somebody answer this door? Why doesn't somebody answer this door?
What do you want?
I wish to see Mr. Chesney.
Where did you get that hat, sir? Take it off, sir. Do not sit down, sir. I didn't ask you to sit down. I'm not sitting down.
We'll waive that for the present, madam. I wish to see Mr. Chesney at once.
Well, he's not here.
But the porter told me he's seen two young ladies, my niece and my ward. He told me they were here.
Well, I can tell you, sir, I'm the only young lady present.
But he told me they were here.
Well, didn't he tell you that he saw them go out?
No.
Well, haven't gotten all the information you're bound to get in your present condition. Disgraceful! Where have you been?
What do you mean? I'm annoyed but perfectly sober.
Well, anyone can be annoyed as well as yourself.
Well, I apologize, madam. Good morning. Did you see anything strike that hat?
Beg pardon?
Did you see anything strike that hat?
He wants me to do it again. Oh, my dears!
It was sweet of you.
You darling.
Look at him, Jack.
What's he doing? I'll have his head in if he does it again. Here's my father. Be careful what you say to him.
Look here, am I any relation to him?
No, you're Charley's aunt. From Brazil.
What's that?
Where the nuts come from. Here's my father. Miss Verdon, Miss Spettigue, my father, Sir Francis Chesney.
Delighted. I see Jack. Has she come yet?
Oh, yeah, she's come. Charley, introduce your aunt.
Mr. Chesney, Donna Lucia de Alvidores.
How do you do, Sir Francis?
How do you do?
I'm Charley's aunt from Brazil. Where the nuts come from?
Jack. Is that her?
Yes. Yes.
By George.
Dad, you must stay. She's not much to look at.
She's nothing to look at.
She's a millionaire.
Say something.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Go on. Charlie told you all about it.
Yes, Charlie's told me all about you.
My nephew Charles.
My nephew Charles has told me so much about you in his letters.
You see, I've been simply photographing you to Charlie for years.
Oh yes, he's a splendid photographer.
Remember, you only just come today.
Yes.
Luncheon is ready, sir.
Take my dad. Remember to be careful what you say to him.
Okay.
Dad, will you take Donna Lucia?
Allow me, Donna Lucia.
Will you sit beside us, Sir Francis?
Of course, I'll be delighted.
Brassett, the wine.
Donna Lucia? Aunt.
Oh, yes.
Mayonnaise?
Yes.
Miss Spettigue?
Yes, please.
Mayonnaise for you, Miss Verdon?
Please.
What a pretty flower.
Do you like it? Will you accept it?
Yes, I'll have it stuffed.
Jack, mayonnaise?
No, thank you.
Brassett, fetch the wine of champagne or something.
Yes, the champagne.
You've very pleasant rooms here, Mr. Chesney.
Oh, yes. They're very nice rooms, Mr. Chesney, I'm sure. Don't you think so, Sir Francis?
Yes, certainly more lovely today than any other day. May I have the pleasure, Donna Lucia? Jack, where did you get this stuff?
May I have a little water, please?
Brassett, where's the champagne?
I can't find it, sir.
Charlie, do you know where the champagne is?
No, I don't.
Where's it gone?
What do you need? What are you looking for?
The champagne, Donna Lucia.
Haven't you got any? Well, I thought you'd forget something, so I brought some with me. In my bag, Bassett.
Aha! So I was right after all. And that old fool of a woman told me they were not here.
Oh, Mr. Spettigue.
Don't address me, sir. And this is the way you take advantage of my absence?
Mr. Spettigue,
Don't address me, sir. I have no wish to any converse with you.
But won't you allow us to explain?
I'm addressing this young man, sir, not you.
But you won't talk to either of them.
I must beg of you not to interfere.
You will remember, please, the ladies present.
I disapprove of their presence and request they return with me.
But please, don't put such an affront on my friends.
I don't know them. I don't know them at all.
Then pray, introduce me, Mr. Wycombe.
Mr. Spettigue, sir, Mr. John Francis Chesney.
Mr. Chesney is my son, sir, and this lady here...
Oh, pray, don't introduce him to me. I've been sufficiently insulted by the bound gentleman already.
Well, I consult my own feelings when I say that I am deeply annoyed to find on prematurely returning from town my niece and my ward lunching with these two young gentlemen.
To meet Mr. Wycombe's aunt.
Indeed.
There is no indeed about it. To meet Mr. Wycombe's aunt.
In my mind, it matters little.
In my mind, it matters everything. Therefore, allow me to introduce you, Donna Lucia de Alvadores, Mr.
Donna
What did you say
Lucia?
his name was, Jack?
Mr. Spettigue.
Mr.
Celebrity millionaire?
Spettigue.
How do you do?
How do you do?
I've been indiscreet. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry.
Well, I thought you were very rude, but you know, if you apologize...
Oh, by all means, I'm sorry. Very sorry.
Then,
Go on, ask him to lunch.
well, will you stay to lunch?
If you wish it and I'm forgiven,
Forgiven. Here. Accept this as a peace offering.
My flower.
Let me take this for you, Mr. Spettigue.
Allow me, Donna Lucia.
no. Allow me.
Yeah, Nicholas!
You shouldn't drink so much.
You are quite ill, aren't you?
I apologize.
Well, we're sailing along. He makes a wonderful old lady, not to doubt about it. A bit singular to look at, perhaps, but then look at some of your old ladies. Nobody would leave him possible, and he don't seem a bit worse to look at than 2 or 3 I can mention, holding very high positions too. Both the old gents have got their eye on her now. Lord, if they only knew. I fancy Sir Francis's favourite, although old Spettigue fancies himself. Well, college gents will do anything.
What are you laughing at?
I was just thinking of an old aunt of mine.
Eh?
Uncle, I mean.
Well, mind your own business and go and get tea. You see, tea.
Tea, sir. Yes, sir.
Out here.
Out here, sir?
Yes, don't stare like that. It's all right. I've got special permission.
Oh, beg pardon, sir.
Well, now for Kitty. She should be here any minute. Everything's going on all right at last. Babs frightened the like out of me 2 or 3 times at lunch, the way he walked in at things as if he hadn't had food for a month. But we've got over the worst. Everything's going smoothly now, and everyone's nice and settled. So I've hinted to Kitty to meet me here. She should be here any minute. So, let's hope. Ah, here she is. Confound it. I have a most particular appointment here with Kitty, so hook it.
But so have I, Jack.
With Kitty?
No, with Amy.
Well, it seems we both made appointments in the same place, at the same time.
Well, they are your rooms.
Yes, but you're my guest. Here, we'll toss for it. Have you got any money? What's all that for?
I like to play games.
You're like a little kid.
Halfpenny, that's all.
All right. Heads, you and Amy. Tails, me. Ah, here she is.
Jack, that's all the money I've got.
Chesney, there you are.
Yes, I'm here, in fact, waiting. I was beginning to think you think me very rude the way I've been neglecting you.
I'm not leaving. What about me and Amy?
Don't know.
Ah, Mr. Wycombe, there you are.
Yes, I was waiting. I was coming. I'm here.
Beastly awkward. Charley, have you shown Miss Spettigue the garden?
Yes, I have, Jack. 2 or 3 times. In fact, we've just come from there. I wish he'd leave us.
It's a very lovely garden, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is.
Suppose? Oh, you haven't half seen the garden. Charley, go show her the garden, and don't forget to read those lines to our garden in summer.
Don't pirate poetry, like I'm an awful ass.
You are. And Miss Spettigue, don't forget, tea in half an hour.
Very well, Mr. Chesney.
But Jack, everyone else is in the garden. It worries the life out of me to see Babs.
Well, don't. It's a large garden. Stay out of his way. And now, Kitty, we're alone.
Don't you think it was rather selfish of us, Mr. Chesney, sending them away like that?
No, it's all right. We tossed for it.
What?
I mean, they'll be much happier together alone. And now, Kitty, I was beginning to fear you think me very rude for neglecting you.
Oh no, I quite understand. I couldn't possibly expect you to devote yourself entirely to me. Indeed, we've had a very lovely time, and now...
Yes, and now?
Well, I was thinking, we ought to be going now.
Go, now! Good gracious, now.
Why not?
For I've had a word with you. Here, Kitty, have a seat. I've something to tell you in importance.
Indeed, Mr. Chesney?
Now, don't interrupt. I go straight at those things. And I don't want to hesitate on this.
Well, sounds like you've been thinking a lot.
Well, sometimes a man's got to think long and think a lot.
I suppose so.
And if a man takes too long to think, he'll have lost his chance forever.
Yes.
So, Kitty, my dear Kitty, I must tell you that.
Oh, I beg pardon. I only wish to have a chat with my boy here.
Oh, then I'll go and run into the garden and see the roses and primroses and cabbage and things.
Yes, Dad. Anything important?
Yes, Jack, it is.
What is it?
You know I'd do anything to see you make your mark on the world, as I'm sure you will as soon as you get the chance.
Yes, you needn't tell me all this, Dad.
So, I have decided that you should pursue the career I originally mapped out for you, and seeing a way out of the difficulty, I've decided to take your advice and marry a lady of wealth.
I see. You've fallen victim to the fascinations of some young and lovely and beautiful.
No. She is certainly not young. She is far from lovely. But she does have one thing in her favor, and that is money, which, after all, is the real object of this game.
Well, as long as you're satisfied, Dad, go in and win.
And I have you to thank for the tip.
Thank me for the tip.
Yes, you'll be delighted when I tell you.
Who is it?
Can't you guess?
No, I can't. What's her name?
Donna Lucia de Alvadores.
What the deuce? Dad, this is impossible. You can't.
Impossible? Why?
You mustn't. You can't.
Mustn't. Can't. Why, you yourself suggested it. Didn't you tell me to go to my room, put a flower in my buttonhole, and I do believe the flower's done the trick, Jack.
But Dad, she gave it away.
She's explained all that.
But circumstances have altered since then.
In what way?
You know you're too good to be thrown away like this, Dad.
Your consideration for me settles it. It'll put you forward years.
But Dad, you can't. You mustn't.
Mustn't. Can't. That isn't the way an old soldier makes love. No. I am going into your rooms to get myself a rattling good spanking brandy and soda.
I think it's over, Dad. Think it's over.
Think it over. Huh? That isn't the way these things are done.
What's the young monkey doing?
Jack! Jack! We must find Dad. He's acting disgracefully. He's taken Amy from me and gone round the garden with her.
That's nothing to what's going on here. Hear that?
Yes, what is it?
It's my dad fixing himself a rather good spanking brandy and soda.
Brandy and soda? For what?
Oh, he's going to propose to Babs, that's all.
Propose to Babs? I knew something awful will come of this. How would we let it go on?
Well, it's too late now.
But what are we to do?
We must find Babs and put him up to the governor's game.
The governor's game?
Yes, go around the garden.
But Jack, we can't end this horrible...
We must. Shut up.
Now I'm ready for anybody or anything. Where is she? I didn't tell the dear boy, more particularly when he raised objections, but she's promised to meet me here in 10 minutes, and time's up. Time's up. Spettigue, with my flower in his coat. Are you looking for anybody?
No.
What's he stopping here for? Are you in want of anything?
No. I was only thinking you should give the garden a good look before you go.
Perhaps I will, before I go. Why is he here? I must tell him to leave. Have a cigarette?
Oh, no. I never smoke in the daytime. Why does he remain? Donna Lucia promised to meet me here in 10 minutes. Time's up. Time's up.
I only thought the ladies might find you both must be
Perhaps so. Perhaps so. Go.
Well, she doesn't appear to be coming. I think I'll go and have another...
Dad, you haven't seen Donna Lucia, have you?
No, Jack, I haven't.
It's fortunate.
I'm waiting for her here.
Well, come to think of it, I've just seen her.
Really? Where?
In the garden.
In the garden. Dang and blast, I've just not expected you there!
Any luck?
No. Have you found him?
No.
And he's got Amy with him. It's a shame.
Got ourselves into a deuce of a mess.
Oh, look. Here they come now.
Isn't it too bad?
There you are, Mr. White. Did you think you lost it?
Yes, I'm afraid I have.
What are you doing with that girl?
Nothing.
Miss Spettigue, have you seen the chapel in the cloisters? Take her away while I talk to Babs. You must see the chapel in the cloisters. They're so lovely.
I'll punch his head if he does it again, Jack. Come on. That's what you get.
What do you mean by this deuce of a game?
What game?
You're supposed to behave like Charley's aunt.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Doing your best.
Yes.
I see you get along with that girl just fine.
Yes, I do.
Too well.
Yes, too well.
Well, I shouldn't want to argue with you.
No, I shouldn't wish to argue if I were you.
I want to put you on your guard.
Oh my God. Oh, thank you.
Listen, my dad's going to propose to you.
Propose to me? Why?
Well, just remember you're a real old lady.
How am I supposed to remember that I'm a real old lady with my trousers on? They're fine.
Never mind your trousers. Just be calm and refuse him.
But what am I to say?
Just say he's taking you by surprise. Just come short and refuse him.
I refuse him.
Look out. Here's the dad now.
All right.
Refuse him.
I'll refuse him.
Really, it's too bad. She made the proposition herself. It was a definite proposition of her own. But ladies are proverbially unpunctual, so... Ah, dear Donna Lucia, I was beginning to be afraid, and I popped into the garden to find you. It's so good of you to come. Why don't you sit down?
Yes.
By Jove, got her at last! I'll begin with a compliment. I wonder what's her real age. However, a lady's never too old for a compliment, so... Donna Lucia, you'll pardon the metaphor of an old campaigner, but to me, meeting you here for the first time today is like a weary old traveller happening upon a bright little floweret by the wayside.
Do you mean me?
Yes, Donna Lucia, yes. By George, that's a good start.
It's a very nice thing. What am I to say to that? I wonder. Yes, that's very nice and very kind of you.
By George, she looks to be anything from 50 to 100. But I've started, I must press on. Donna Lucia, do you know what a man longs for when he is lonely, desolate, and wretched?
A drink?
Not a woman. Doesn't help one a bit. No, Donna Lucia, this is what he longs for. He longs to plant in his heart that bright little floweret.
Yes, by the wayside. That one. Does he really?
Yes, Donna Lucia, yes. And I've come all the way from India to find that little floweret.
You must be tired. Take a chair.
Thank you. It's a long way, Donna Lucia,
Yes, quite a long walk.
but I have found it.
Well, why don't you wear it in your buttonhole?
Will you allow me, or will you offer it to another, as you did before?
Oh yes, I was a naughty girl this morning.
No, Donna Lucia. The floweret, I mean, must sit at the head of my table, walk by my side, dwell in my heart forever.
Trying to show me a wandering trick.
I'll waste no more time. I'll come to the point with a soldier's bluntness. Will you be my wife? Will you be my little floweret?
Well, you see, you've taken me so much by surprise.
Then I may hope.
No. I don't hope. I wouldn't hope if I were you.
Donna Lucia, do you mean to say that...
Oh, yes, I am sorry. The fact is, I'm another's.
Another's?
Yes, but don't be downhearted. I'll tell you what I'll do.
Yes, yes.
I would be a sister to you.
Only a sister.
Only a sister, nothing more.
And no words of mine can change this?
I'm afraid not. You see, I'm a woman with a history.
Then it is quite useless our prolonging this interview. My apologies and regrets for ever having broached the subject.
Oh, yes. And any time you're passing.
Refused. What a relief! I'm sorry, though, for the boy's sake.
Well, here's a deuce of a position.
You fool! What did you make a fool of my dad like that for?
Don't make a fool out of the fool, you fool. Shall find myself in the divorce courts before I know where I am. Look out. Here's old Spettigue. I shall land one. I know I shall. I'm off.
Mr. Chesley, have you seen... Ah!
The deuce did he fall like that for? Well, they don't ruin my future happiness.
Those on the left, thank you very much. The first door to the left, the man said, Ella.
Yes, here it is, Mr. John Chesley. Shall I knock?
Yes, do what you do. Chesley, the name sounds familiar. Why couldn't my nephew remain in his rooms and not compel me to come about like this?
You telegraphed to say you couldn't come,
I know, my dear.
and then you changed your mind.
Yes, for about the first time in my life.
Why?
Some vague desire to seem up to knowing. Knock again, dear.
The porter said they might all be in the garden. I could roam about these old places all day. Isn't it all beautiful?
Dream away, Ella. I shall wait till summer comes.
Oh, to live among these leafy shades, ancient spires and sculptured nooks, like silent music, Scottish fairyland.
But to one poor summery being, not quite so young as she used to be, a little fatiguing.
And how lovely it must be by moonlight, where the shadows have no sudden fears and are only folds in the mantle of sleep, and all is peace. And the silver bells chime to the sentinel angel of the night, who smiles to heaven and whispers back, "All is well, sweet bells, all is well."
You fancy it was a woman! What has put all this about angels and so forth into your head today?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I could trace back all the little byways and slyways of thought that generally lead in one direction.
Oh no, it's all so sweet here.
So it was there, by moonlight, seen from the bridge of a certain yacht, the rippling sea, the blue night, and brilliant stars. You see, I remember your words, and a certain someone who told you as you listened to the chime of the ship's bell that you looked like the angel of the watch. He was a flattering tongue person, that someone. What was the name again?
I've told you so often.
Lord Fancourt Babberley. But I don't want your mind fixed on those things, my dear. Or I'd almost forgot to tell you. I've invested your poor father's money for you, and thanks to his forethought for this little girl, he has rendered you independent for life. What is worse, independent of me.
Independent?
But you won't be, ever.
No.
For I've grown to love the little orphan I found in such grief in a strange land so much that I am not independent of her. So let's make a bargain, shall we? Put that dreadful evidence of my dependence aside. Let it grow and call me Auntie, won't you?
Yes, Auntie, yes.
How did your poor father come to have so large a sum of money by him like that? I thought he'd lost it all.
Papa wanted at cards.
Wanted at cards? When?
During his illness.
From whom?
From Lord Fancourt Babberley.
Is Lord Babberley a gambler too?
No.
Oh.
But Auntie, if we ever meet, may I give it back?
I don't think you take it.
Why not?
It seems to me you went through too much to lose it. But I'm not going to speak for him. I don't want you ever to leave me. Oh, my dear, you set me thinking now.
Have I? What about?
All about someone who...
Oh, do tell me.
It was before I went abroad, to Brazil. I was very young, and he was very shy. He never called me the angel of the watch, but he did get as far as a stammering compliment and blush, and then...
And then?
Then he was ordered off with his regiment.
Without ever?
Without ever.
Oh, Auntie.
It was out of doubt the evening before he went away.
And you've never loved anyone since?
I was a sentimental young lady in those days.
Auntie, what was his name?
Frank Chesney. How strange. I'm afraid we're intruding.
Oh, no, not at all. The college grounds are open to everyone. I myself am here only because these are my son's rooms.
Mr.
Chesney.
And you, pardon my asking, are you, or rather, were you Lieutenant Frank Chesney?
I was.
And you don't remember me?
I regret to say that I have no recollection whatsoever.
Must be more than 20 years since.
20 years.
He doesn't recognize me.
20 years is a long time, Auntie.
20 years. Where was the regiment?
Miss Beverly Smythe. Everyone's called by my own, of course. Then you've forgotten the day you first embarked to India?
No.
But you've forgotten the evening before?
No, not entirely.
Then...
Lucy! Good gracious. And to think, we've never met in all that time. And to think, that night, I nearly made you a vow that... Oh, no, you wouldn't remember that.
No.
No, because I never told you. But that night, And to think, it's been nearly, well, over 20 years, we'll say.
I'm afraid so.
You must meet my son. He's a splendid young fellow. These are his rooms, or rather, he has lent them to a young man named Charley Wycombe.
Yes, Wycombe.
Who is entertaining 2 young ladies, and his aunt.
His aunt?
A lady from Brazil.
From Brazil?
Yes, Donna Lucia de Alvadores. I must introduce you.
Auntie, what is he talking about?
Wait a minute, my dear. Do I understand you to say that Donna Lucia de Alvadores is here? Actually here?
Yes, in the garden, or was 5 minutes ago.
Shall I stay and see this out? Return to town and...
May I trouble you?
Certainly.
Oh. Miss Beverly Smythe.
Auntie!
Shh. I'll find her and the boys, or perhaps you wouldn't mind coming into the garden with me.
With pleasure. Oh, my niece, Miss Delahaye.
Charmed.
Colonel?
Sir Francis Chesney.
Come, Ella.
Jack, my boy, if that had been Donna Lucia, things might have been very different.
What's his lordship up with the old gent now? Looks as if they're having a game of some kind. I think it's very dangerous running about like that. And I'm not sure I didn't catch sight of his lordship's trousers.
And now, Kitty, my dear Kitty, we're alone.
But Jack, look.
What are you doing, Brassett?
Laying the cloth for tea, sir.
Busy, confound you. Can't you see I'm engaged?
Really, sir? I congratulate you.
Get up.
It's quite rude, I must say.
you were alone.
Yes, Jack. You've said that before.
Now, don't interrupt. I go straight at most things, and I'm not going to hesitate over this.
Is it that you attach so much importance to it, or that you don't care what you do?
It's both. Mixed. So, Kitty, my dear Kitty,
Yes, Jack.
please don't interrupt. You know how my father intended me for Parliament and all that?
Yes.
Well, now, things have gone differently, and I shall have to live for the next few years on my own.
Well, that will do you no harm, Jack.
That's how I look at it. I've done well up here. I've worked hard, and work tells wherever you are. So I plan to turn out all right. I've broken the ice at last.
The dear fellow.
I hope nobody comes in now.
Well, I'm sure I wish you every success.
Yes. I hope so too.
You said you wanted to ask me something.
Yes. How do I word this? If I go away, will you wait for me?
Wait. What for?
Well, you see, I didn't mean that.
Oh, you didn't mean it.
No. What I really mean is, for the next few years, my job will be somewhat in the...
City?
Yes, thanks. My home...
Suburban?
Thanks, exactly. Transit,
Bus or rail?
yes. Income,
Small?
extra income,
Precarious?
exactly. And now, Kitty, how do I word this? If this is to happen, I can't do it without you.
Without me?
Now you're vexed with me. You hate the city, despise the suburbs, loathe buses.
Why should you say that, Jack?
Then Kitty,
As if I hadn't the heart to do what thousands of better girls than I have done?
then Kitty,
As if I couldn't guess all the happy fun that's got to be out of cooking and mending and ministering to the wants and happiness of the man who will work hard and strive for the woman he loves.
then Kitty,
Try me, Jack, for I love you dearly.
do you really?
As much as you love me, Jack.
Well then Kitty,
My dear Kitty.
my dear Kitty, you're a brick. I've done it! I've done it at last, despite the lot of them.
Oh, but what about my guardian, Mr. Spettigue?
I shall see to it.
No, that won't do. I must have his consent. In writing.
Why?
You don't know him like I do. Now, there's only one person who can get that for us. So I need you to be a good boy and send it to me at once.
Oh, Amy.
No, Charley's aunt, Donna Lucia.
Donna Lucia?
Now, don't ask questions. There's a good boy. But send it to me at once while I find Amy.
Jack, I've done it.
Done what?
I told her everything.
Told her everything? You tell her.
That I love her.
Oh, is that all?
Yes, but she's gone to find Donna Lucia. We shall be in a dickens of a mess yet.
Ah, yes. Kitty went and tried to find... Shame.
What are you doing, man?
How shall I earliest meet her? What are her words that she'll say to me?
What the deuce was that?
Oh, let's ask that. Where's my wig?
stay there.
You'll drag us into an awful disgrace.
And a done good job, too.
What do you mean by this game, Babs?
What game?
You're supposed to entertain those two old gents.
Well, I'm doing my best. You don't know things Spettigue said to me.
What's he saying?
Yes, what's he saying?
Charlie's too young.
Get out! That's nothing.
But it's very embarrassing. Look how well I get on with girls.
Yes, confound you too well.
Oh, do I?
Jack, I can stand this no longer.
Oh, shut up. Some lives have got to be lived.
Why?
To save confessing them.
It would all be all right if that muffer over there would just behave.
Instead he's going on and behaving like an awful ass.
Yes, I wish we'd asked Freddie Peel now.
He'd stand by us like a man.
Yes. And to think of all the trouble we went through just for Babs.
He doesn't feel for us one bit.
Look at him now!
Too much. Why, you?
Split up.
Right.
Have you seen?
In the garden. Yes. Arms up.
You will drag us into an awful mess.
But you little. You little.
Do you dress yourself in the morning?
Oh, yes. My mother dresses me.
I feel sorry for her.
You will rip the dress.
They'll be a decent
Out,
man.
please.
Come on. Oh, I see scars. Arms in.
Do it, Charlie. No.
Stop it! Stop it! Your ladylike fig is a little bit tight, isn't it?
You should watch what you eat, Babs. Button them up.
Hey, do this for me, would you?
What is? Where's the wig?
Here's the antimacassar, sir.
Where is it?
I was into a deuce of a mess.
And we want everyone in their best behaviors. You go and ruin it with this selfish little game.
How's my backside?
Clean it up, would you? Oh my God!
I only wash once a month.
Well, the girls are looking for you.
What? Well,
Wait, here they come now.
David lady.
Oh, Donna Lucia, there you are. Amy and I have been looking for you everywhere.
have you.
Yes, we want so much to speak with you.
We're in a difficulty.
A difficulty.
Yes, and we want you to be an angel.
An angel.
Now, Jack, do go away.
Yes, Charlie, go away.
Yes, go away. The girls want me to be an angel.
You know, Amy's uncle, Mr. Spettigue, is my guardian, and under my father's will gives nearly all my father's money if I marry without his consent.
And you know, Jack and Kitty are in love with each other, and Jack's lost all his money or something.
For years and years.
And Kitty wants you to.
Now, wait a moment, Amy dear.
Yes, wait a moment. It's her turn now.
Now it's your turn.
And Charley and Amy are in love too, but you don't object, do you?
Oh, no, my dears.
You
Oh,
do,
dear.
dear.
Now, Jack, do go away.
Yes, Charlie, go
Yes,
away.
please go away. We want to be alone.
Jack, I can stand this infernal business no longer.
A cute little monkey. Go and get tea. I must get them out.
Now, first, you remember where we left off, don't you?
Oh, yes. You're all in love and want to get married or something like that.
Well, yes,
And we want Uncle's consent.
and yours. And we want you to be an angel and do it.
An angel and do it. Do what?
Why, get Mr. Spettigue's consent.
For both of us.
For both of you?
Yes, you'll give your consent to Charlie and Amy. But you don't object, do you?
Oh, no.
Oh, you're so kind, but I knew it from the first.
And now we need your consent, but mine being a legal affair, you understand, don't you?
Yes, your father's will and all.
Yes. My uncle's consent must be in writing,
In writing.
and you must get it.
Get it.
Yes, it must be in a letter or some form.
Yes, in a letter.
Oh, do try.
I will.
Do say you will try.
I can't say no now.
We are going away.
Oh, no, my dears, don't leave me.
Yes, we're off to Scotland.
Scotland. I know a beautiful country. Where the whiskey comes from.
And you are our only hope.
Don Lucia, have you ever been in love?
Oh, yes. Dozens of times. I mean, once in love, always in love, you know. Yes.
Well, then you know what it means to us, don't you?
I should think I did.
And you'll get his consent, won't you?
Oh, but my dears, I've no influence over your uncle.
But you're so clever and so kind.
And so rich.
Ah, yes, so rich. I remember, just this morning, I only gave away a half a crown.
Well, you will try then, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Well, we'll find Mr. Spettigue and send him to it at once.
Press it. I said, can you give me a brandy and soda? Oh, never mind. Here's what Spettigue.
Ah, Donna Lucia. I've been looking for you all the afternoon. I've so much to say to you.
Mrs. Spettigue, will you introduce me to...
How rude. Why couldn't she have kept away? Oh, certainly. Donna Lucia, Mrs. Buttercup Smith.
How do you do? How do you do?
How do you do? Do you know, I was most curious to meet you.
Oh, were you?
Yes, I knew your late husband. Intimately.
What's the matter, Babs?
She knew my late husband. Intimately.
Well, what's going on?
She knew my late husband. Intimately.
Intimately.
Deuce?
Donna Lucia, will you pour out tea?
Oh, yes. I shall be delighted. Do we all take tea?
You haven't been in England long, have you, Donna Lucia?
Change the subject.
Change the subject.
No, you take sugar and cream.
Now, do you take sugar and cream?
Ask her if she takes sugar and cream.
Ask her if she takes sugar and cream.
I think I should like a little sugar and cream, Donna Lucia.
Oops. My hat! Yeah, my hat! Beg pardon.
She is Brazilian.
Oops.
I must keep her in the humor of it. I know. I'll ask him to my house for dinner. I have a proposition to make,
Here, here.
and I will take no denial.
Mr. Spettigue's carriage.
Ah, capital. The very thing. Now, I would like all of you to come and dine at my house tonight.
Thanks so
how
awfully,
nice
sir.
You will return with me in the carriage, Donna
No,
Lucia.
no, I can't.
I will
My
take
things.
no denial.
It's very cute. But my things, and I have things, and I must
That
do.
voice.
certain-
It is.
Auntie, your necklace.
There they go. Dinner's pretty well over now, and you'll all be in here pretty soon. Fancy old Spettigue getting me to come here tonight and serve for him. I suppose he's too mean to have a maid of his own. Well, all I can say is, it's simply marvellous the way his lordship's kept it up.
She said that.
He said he's made the perfect lady something wonderful. Hello, what's up now? Worst comes to worst, I've got his lordship's dress clothes with me.
Press it. Catch me if I click. I'm going home.
You've been going on all right. If only you'd pay more attention to old Spettigue. What the deuce made you blow away the dinner table from that?
Yes, it was awfully disgraceful of you, you know.
Well, I'm sorry, but she wasn't there before that.
She who?
The little girl.
What little girl?
Miss Butterscotch, my little niece.
What's her name? Slice, little girl?
Yes, that lady.
Well, what's of her?
She's a little girl I met at Monte Carlo.
Is she?
Yes, of course she is. If she wasn't, why would I tell you that she is? All I want to do is talk to her.
Talk to her about what?
Hang it, I'm just in love as you are. I want to tell her what you've been telling your girls.
Was there ever such an idiot?
No, there never was. I mean, look at me. I'm a disgrace to my sex.
Be quiet, they'll hear everything.
And I don't care if they hear everything.
Don't shout like that. They'll hear you.
It's not my fault.
They're coming!
How is your aunt, Mr. Wakeham?
Yes.
We're afraid she might be ill.
Yes, is there anything the matter?
Oh, she was just a little bit affected by the heat of the dining room.
The heat? Oh, I found it rather cold.
Yes, that's what Charlie means. The cold. You see, Donna Lucia lives so long in such a warm climate.
Won't you try the smelling salts? They're so good.
Oh, thank you. She's often like this, isn't she, Charlie?
Oh.
I do hope Donna Lucia is all right.
Yes. Is she? Oh, yes. Mr. Chesney says she's all right now. Well, go find Mr. Spettigue. He's most anxious, and leave her with us.
Yes, we'll take care of her now.
I said you fellows, don't leave me like this! Don't leave me!
I wonder what they'll say. I hope they're careful around me.
I wonder who she really is, Auntie.
Oh, someone think they got after seeing my telegram.
Say something to her, Auntie. I like to hear her talk.
I think I did, but look at her. If I thought they'd intended that to be like me, I'd never forgive them.
Hark at the silly fools. I say, Brassy, what's the story? Oh, that one.
The gentlemen seem to be enjoying themselves.
Yes, they do.
Yes, don't they?
Do you know, I remember a very funny story.
Oh no. That's just what I expected.
The Don Pedro was very fond of telling.
Oh, do tell us the story, Miss Beverly Smythe.
Yes, anything about Don Pedro would be so interesting. Do tell us.
But perhaps Donna Lucia would prefer to tell Don Pedro's story herself.
Tom Pedro?
Your late husband, you know, Don Pedro de Alvarez.
Yes, I know his name, but I don't remember his stories. I don't heard those with such frivolity.
Auntie, don't tease her so. Tell the story yourself.
Well, Don Pedro, who is the kindest soul in all the world, but will Donna Lucia give me permission?
Oh, you won't mind Miss Beverly Smythe telling the story, will you?
And you'll listen, won't you?
Well, I must.
Well, as I said before, Don Pedro, who is the kindest soul in all the world, once found one of his cellarmen tipsy, very tipsy.
Tut tut.
So, Don Pedro, whom the man did not recognize.
Why? Was Don Pedro tipsy?
No, the man.
Don Pedro was, of course, teetotal, and that makes the point of the story.
Oh, does it?
Don Pedro said to the man, "What would Don Pedro say if he saw you like this?"
Tipsy like this?
Yes.
The man said, and that's what's so funny.
Is that where we laugh?
No.
The man said, "Oh, that's all right. Don Pedro's often like this."
Tipsy like this?
Yes!
Oh, the damn silly stories. What was the man's name?
Really? I don't know the man's name.
That's a shame.
But don't you remember the story of Donna Lucia? It was a favourite of Don Pedro's.
Oh, perfectly. I shrieked when I heard it first. Won't one of the young ladies play something, please?
Oh, I'm so out of practice. Won't you sing something, Amy?
I can't. I know nothing new.
Sing that charming little ballad, Tororo Bundier.
I'm afraid I can't, Donna Lucia.
Won't you sing something for us, Donna Lucia?
Me?
Yes, one of those charming little Brazilian songs I've heard Dom Pedro is so fond of.
Oh. I haven't sung since I've had the measles.
What?
Over 40 years ago.
Another libel. I was the merest infant.
But I do play a little. That's it. I can drown the conversation, and I shun how to talk.
I hope you've quite recovered from the shock my niece gave you today.
Oh, yes. I suffer so much from giddiness. Were you ever giddy?
Never!
I was. What shall I play? A little, Bluebells of Scotland to Beethoven? Do you know that one?
Come along, my dear children. Come along.
Now don't forget the letter.
Oh, yes.
We must get down into the garden and leave her alone with Spettigue.
Charming. Charming. Brasset, bring the cigars, unless the ladies, Mrs. Beverly Donna Lucia, do you object to...
Oh, no. Smoking? I like it. Kills bugs and things.
Look at him, Jack.
What's he doing?
Staring at her like he did all through dinner.
The fool.
It's a sweet evening. Perhaps you care to enjoy a cigar in the garden.
No, thank you, sir.
It's a sweet evening.
You've been enjoying yourself capitally, Miss Verdon. We heard the music.
Yes, Donna Lucia's been playing for us.
Oh, how charming of you, Donna Lucia. What would we do without your dear Aunt Charley?
Ugh. Don't grow like that, you idiot. Are you fond of music, Mrs. Spettigue?
I hope to be.
Why? Do you intend to take lessons? Jack? What's he staring at me like that for? Like a boiled owl.
Dad, I told Kitty. She's a splendid girl, isn't she?
Yes, I do like her quite a lot.
It's a very serious affair.
I know. You're sure you've thought this well over?
Night and day, Dad. Ever since I first met her.
Now don't forget, get the letter in writing.
In writing.
I told the Dad blank out. He's delighted.
But why won't you listen to reason, Donna Lucia?
I will listen to reason. But first, will you promise to write me a letter?
No answer. Ah, well, I've not written it yet.
Not yet.
But how can you when we have so much more to discuss that more nearly concerns ourselves?
I should think so.
But Charlie, why must you be so depressing? We ought to be very happy today.
Sometimes, Amy, this sort of thing brings a kind of reaction. I shall be better tomorrow.
Oh, come into the garden.
I told Dad all about us. He's delighted. Now, you'll regret turning your back on society and the road.
And the stifling hollowness of my own Monday, and everyone else's rest of the week, and finally have something real to think about? Jack, the vista's too heavenly. Come with me to the garden.
Ah, Mr. Chesney, perhaps you enjoying a cigar?
No, thank you, sir.
It's a sweet evening.
Shall we join them? Yes. It's a terrace to leave those two people alone. If I may ask, why? Oh, only a little matchmaking mission, that's all.
On Spettigue's account?
No, on Donna Lucia's. They check the doors. Thank you.
It's gone! Lucia! It's gone. Lucia. Oh, Lucia! Are you okay?
Yes. Yes, I am quite all right.
Lucia, I have so much to speak to you about.
Oh, here he goes again.
Listen.
Yes.
I will give you the letter for consent.
Yes. Where is it?
I've not written it yet.
Not yet.
But will you hear me, Lucia?
I will hear you with pleasure. But where is the letter?
Do I deserve this?
The old fool deserves 6 months.
Lucia, you are a puzzle, an enigma.
How dare you? After the promise you've made me, to call me that?
Promise?
Promise for the letter.
Well, that decides me then, Lucia. I go to my room. A brief note.
Thank you. With full consent and signed.
Dot, then, so you will be mine?
Yes. Anything you like.
Darling.
Don't forget to sign it. Wow. What devils we women are. Oh. I should be an old lady all day. Or for the rest of my life, for that matter. I haven't had a drink or smoke all day. Oh, just the thing. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
Look at her. She's drinking straight from the bottle. Auntie, did you find it chilly?
Yes, my dear. I thought I'd give a wrap of some kind.
I'll go upstairs and get you something. I know where your things are. Are you alone?
Oh, yes. And oh, so sad.
Dear me. What a dreadful smell of alcohol.
Oh, yes, I'll go and find out who it is.
No, don't go. I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, did you?
Yes, about your late husband.
Don Pedro de Alvarez?
Yes. Do you know, when I met Don Pedro, he told me he had no wife.
Oh, yes, but he was a cruel husband.
The Don Pedro I knew was kind, noble, and gentle.
That was his father, with the white moustache.
I never knew such effrontery. You know, Donna Lucia, I'm surprised you don't indulge in the habit of drinking. So many Brazilian ladies do, you know.
Well, to tell you the truth, I was doing just that when he came in.
Then pray, don't let me stop you.
Okay.
I should have been surprised at the bottle.
Would you have one?
No, thanks. You see, not being a Brazilian lady and all, it might be thought strange.
A drink of any kind?
No, thank you. Oh, tell me, Donna Lucia, have you any children?
Only a few. None to speak of, though.
Here's your wrap, Auntie.
Thank you. I'm going into the garden. I fancy Sir Francis has something to say to me. And as it's rather chilly, perhaps you'd better stay here.
Auntie says we weren't to hint about her knowing she's not Auntie. I'm sure she's doing a just oblige to them. Oh, don't go, please.
I was only going into the garden.
It's turned quite chilly. Auntie sent me up in the garden because of that.
Oh, can I get you a wrap of any kind?
Oh no, Auntie thinks I'm better. I've been ill, you know.
Oh, but I didn't.
Well, I'm all right, of course, if I take care.
Yes, you must take great care.
Auntie, I fancy, is more particular than usual this evening. For you know, years ago, she and Sir Francis were sweethearts.
Oh, were they?
But he went away without telling her that he was ever and ever so fond of her. Auntie says he was shy and went away without knowing that she was ever and ever so fond of him. But the noblest man I ever knew was shy, oh so kind. He got to know how Papa had become so ill and so poor and lost a large sum of money to him at cards, Auntie thinks on purpose. I often wondered why they played cards. Papa's so ill too. But when I asked the doctor if it was doing harm, he said, not the game being played. But I've got all the money now, and if we ever meet, I need to give it back.
Oh, but you must never do that. It would be like accusing him of a sort of cheating, you know.
But it was so much. Auntie thinks to make me independent for life.
Do you think he would take it back if he knew that?
But I should feel it my duty.
Oh no, it's too late now.
But I forgot to tell him how much I loved him for his kindness to my poor father. You don't mind my telling you all this, do you? I don't know why, but I like to talk to you. I like you. And I do so long to see him again.
Yes.
Lucia!
Do you have the letter?
Yes, here's the letter. But first, make my happiness complete. Say from this that this blissful moment on, we are engaged.
We are engaged. Got it? We are engaged.
Darling!
Is this the letter, Stephen?
Yes, that is the letter. And we are betrothed?
We're betrothed, darling. Mr. Spettigue.
Call me Stephen.
Stephen.
Ah, Mrs. Beverly Smythe. Sir Francis. Congratulate me. Congratulate me.
I knew it.
I'm the happiest man alive right now, but where are the dear children? This must be a happy and joyous occasion for us all. For us all.
What on earth does he mean? What's all this excitement about?
Can't you guess?
No.
Didn't I tell you what would happen if we left those two people alone?
Eh?
Don't you understand? She's accepted him.
What?
Yes, Donna Lucia de Alvarez.
You don't mean that.
I fancy you'll find out his mistake before long.
And think of what a fool I've been.
Why? Are you sorry?
No, but my foolish son Jack made some sort of silly suggestion that I should...
That you should offer your hand and heart to Donna Lucia de Alvarez from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
And think of what a fool I've been. Might have been. Should have been.
Then you don't envy him.
Envy him?
But think of her millions.
Ah, Lucy, when I saw your face...
You didn't recognize it.
Yes, but when I did, when I said all that to you in the garden just now, and you'll be happy for a while with the cottage and your old sweetheart.
And you would take me. A penniless widow?
Nothing could make me happier.
Frank!
Lucy! Why, what are you smiling at?
Oh, I was only thinking of Donna Lucia de Alvarez.
Well, she's a quaint little figure. I'll give her that.
Auntie, did you find the Aunt Chili?
I didn't notice, my love.
Auntie, I'll cook you it tonight. Have soup, Francis.
Come along, my dear children. Come along. Kitty, you sit there. Amy, there. I have something to tell you all that you will all be very pleased to hear. But where's Donna Lucia?
She's gone to her room, I fancy.
Ah, perhaps just as well. Now, before she returns, I have a little secret to tell you.
A secret?
Ooh. I'm sure you will pardon me for a few moments if I ask with your attention.
What's he gonna say?
I don't know until he said it.
Now, charmed by a good fairy, situated as I am, excuse me, a lonely widower, a mateless uncle with grave responsibilities, my niece and my ward, a good fairy, may I say, has brought in among us unexpected light and joy.
Who does he mean?
Shut up.
Charmed by her irresistible spells, I have agreed to the engagement of my niece and a gentleman in whose honor and probity I have the fullest confidence, Mr. Charles Wycombe.
Oh, Charlie, how sweet of you, dear aunt.
Furthermore, I have consented to the engagement of my ward to John, only son of my friend, Sir Francis Chesney. Ah, Sir Francis, but what will you say to a third engagement?
A third?
What? That same good fairy, nay, let me say without further metaphor, whose name is honored in the southwestern hemisphere as that of Rothschild is in Europe, has consented to be Mrs. Stephen Spettigue. I allude to our dear friend, Donna Lucia. What is that?
I beg pardon, sir. The tray.
Be more careful, Brassett.
Uncle!
Be more careful, Brassett.
Excuse me, sir, I can listen to this ghastly farrago no longer.
What do you mean, sir?
I can listen to this ghastly farrago no longer.
Well, I suppose in espousing my niece...
I will not oppose her under these lying and fraudulent pretenses. That woman...
Do you allude in such a manner to...
I say that woman is not my aunt.
Not your aunt?
Allow me, sir, to explain.
No, I'm not speaking with you, sir. I'm speaking to him. Explain your words.
I must tell his lordship of this.
At the last moment this morning, my aunt, on whose account we invited Miss Spettigue and Miss Verdon over, telegraphed to say that she wasn't coming. And at the last moment we...
And I, sir, prevailed upon another to, well...
To personate her?
Yes.
I've been infamously, treacherously deceived.
I'm sorry, sir, that was not our intention.
Don't lie to me, sir.
Please, allow me to express greatest apologies.
Front like that, with a wig?
I say,
You can't blame her for that.
can I come in?
Turn that woman out of my house.
I say, may I, come in?
Turn that woman out. Who are you, sir?
I'm Charley, you duffer.
I'm Charley's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
What does this mean, sir?
It means that we're all very sorry. And we all tender you our humblest apologies. Me, the most. For if I had never offered the temptation, this would never have happened.
And may I add our most sincere apologies as well, sir.
And allow me to express our contrition.
Infamous. Infamous. But Where are the letters obtained under these false and lying pretenses?
I will go get it.
What? Duffer.
How could you?
What's the problem?
Here it
Wonder
is.
where he hid
It's
the letter.
mine! Mine!
Give me the letter, now. Sir,
Allow me.
I shall dispute it under her father's will. I shall dispute it.
This letter is addressed and has been delivered to Don Lucia de Alvarez.
But that man is not Donna Lucia.
No, but I am.
You?
My aunt?
I'm sure you will pardon me if I retire. As for you, sir, I shall inquire the authorities from your college in the morning.
Charlie, can you have me up for breach of promise?
Charlie! Mr. Whiker! How could you? How dare you? I'll never forgive you. I'll never forgive any of you for treating my Uncle Stephen like that.
Be patient with us, my dear. Your uncle shall have the most profound reparation my influence can make. And as for my own part, I only shared in the deception when I found another lady established in my place.
No wonder she knew all about my late husband.
Well, I'm as sorry as anyone, but I trust Jack with my life.
Indeed, then she shall have to wait till I'm his mother.
Mother?
Yes. Donna Lucia, in deceiving me as much as anybody, has allowed me the opportunity to rekindle an old affection, and in doing so, has promised to assume that title. So look out, Jack.
Lord Fancourt Babbling,
Yes.
I'm afraid you have gained one confidence that nothing could excuse.
Yes, and I reproach myself beyond expression. But I could never part with the confidence to save my life. And Miss Delahaye will allow me to say so. I am willing to atone for it with lifelong devotion.
Auntie!
Now, where's my son?
Here, Mama.
I shall have to talk to you very seriously before I give you this. And Charlie, if you ever deceive that sweet skull again, I shall never forgive you. And as for you, sir,
Yes. Never again. It will never happen again. I give you my word. I'll give you the clothes if you like. Miss Delahaye has consented to think me over as a future husband. And in the future, I resign to Sir Francis Chesney. All claims to Charlie's aunt.
Now, why? You're welcome.